Welcome to another edition of Strange New Pod. I am your Fleet Admiral and host, Julian Brown, joined by the best bridge crew this side of all their wildest fantasies. We have Vice Admiral Eric, who really just would love to play Rutherford in live action form, right?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah,
Ahoy.
totally. Ahoy, ahoy. Commander Hawk is here, who we already know fantasizes and truly is, honestly, Sir Patrick Stewart's body double. Like, look at that. No, you look
true,
great.
it's
True. You look great.
My husband calls you like the one that looks like Patrick Stewart. It's like, yes.
That's the one. That's the one. And finally, Captain Giraffe, who, let's face it, just wants to get down and dirty and do some Romulan shit.
Some Romulan shit, you know that.
I'll be there right there with you doing the Romulan shit. So, welcome back. How we doing? What's going on? What's new?
I'm living on the...
Yeah, it's cold.
Yeah, I'm living on the demon planet. You know, in Voyager, remember that thing? It's this. It's like so absolutely insanely hot. It's horrible. Like, if you look at the video, you see me, I'm just like melting away. I'm just...
It's literally the Three Little Bears right now with the different temperatures. Too hot in San Diego. The Canadians, it's too cold.
It's
right
not too
here
cold. It's just
in-
nice. We're like
it's
the
just
little
nice
bear.
cold? Okay. Well, in Levittown, Pennsylvania, outside of Philly, it's a balmy, beautiful 69 degrees.
Lava Town? You live in
Levittown.
lava?
Levitt. He named after a racist piece of shit. What's new?
Well, this is a nice like temperature for us to create our race car dramas, like our novelizations. I've created my own, and I named myself Speedy.
I never told anyone that.
Speedy Speedy McWheels, is that it?
God. Speedy McWheels. Oh.
I have no idea what we're talking about. Like zero. Like
Now
I
we're
don't know.
now we're back in the episode.
Yeah, that was
That's
the
from this
cold
episode.
open.
That was the cold open.
What?
The guy, his
scientist.
seventh grade geometry teacher who knows all
Tell
about
me
his
about your novel.
race car novelization.
Yes. I had to like actually like play that twice because I was like, he's what novelization?
No subtitles, right?
No subtitles on the
subtitles.
screeners. No.
So you know,
I asked.
kind of understand the story. I thought it was NASCAR, so I was not very far.
Pretty much.
You. Oh
Yeah.
man.
It was like Lightning McQueen.
Lightning
in Star
McQueen.
Trek form.
I'd watch that. Like that would be like the Ultra Kids show, right?
It's like a Delta Flyer that's like painted red with lightning on the side.
Yeah. This week we are talking about episode 303 of Star Trek Lower Decks. It is a tongue twister, mining the mind's minds. Yeah, I love that title.
That's a great title.
It is. The Lower Deckers are on cleanup duty again, this time helping the crew of another Cali class ship, the Carlsbad. The Carlsbad. They clean up fantasy orbs, fantasy mines, I think they called them too, and help tear down a research station, which I don't quite understand why they had to tear down the research station because of reasons. But not all is as it seems on the planet, home to the hilariously named Scrubble.
They had to tear it down because of the stones there, right? So they were offended.
Okay,
Yeah.
because they like their rocks. Okay,
Yeah.
There it is. There's the good reason. Meanwhile, Tendi begins her senior science officer training program with Dr. Miglamo. Okay, love him. Paul F. Tompkins, baby. And when things go wrong, what do our lower deckers fantasize about? Is Tendi cut out to be senior science officer? Spoiler, she is. Duh, we know this. Yeah, we're gonna break that all down. But first, Giraffe, it is your turn. We have rounded the wheel.
Lies. It's not been 4 weeks. That is not
It
true.
went Eric Hawk, and now it's you. Am I supposed to do one? Do you want me to skip you? Do you want me to do
I'll
it?
do it. I'll do it.
All right.
I'll do it.
Yeah,
Damn it. I
do
don't
it.
want patrons to be mad at me because like I can't win. I butchered
No.
a name or like I want to.
You've never butchered a name.
Liar. That is a lie, sir.
Are you f***ing kidding me?
Okay. This week, sorry again. Thank you, dear patrons. Thanks to Simon Stadger, Jeff Reeve, Mariah Gossett, Mariah,
Hey.
Dan Stein, Tina Alexander, Joseph Porito, Noe Santos, Kong Hui, Takako Nagumo, Kara Kennedy, Mark, Fernanda Nogales, SMK, Laura Lindemann, William Nightspray, formerly
Reasonable
known
stranger.
Reasonable Stranger, exactly. Colin Davidson, Alan Davis, Shatterhand 2049, Jesco, MC Frodes, Michael Graham, Alex Miller, Emily and Travis, Gildera, Cassie, Raul, Summer Ritchie, Supporter of Human Rights, Maggie Light, Spurk, Wayne Ritz, Scott of Arc, Sean, Jay Howard, Anna Yurdadon, Mahealani Uchiyama, and Robbie Monster.
Hey, well done.
Okay, I have something for patrons. Please,
Okay.
it's in October. It's gonna be Halloween. Change your name to Spooky Stuff so we can like have fun.
Oh,
Like
I
the-
like that.
Good
The
call.
most terrifying stuff in Star Trek.
Oh, I like that. Do it, patrons. Do
The
it.
non-spotted giraffe.
The non-spotted giraffe.
Albino giraffe.
the what, like no spots, no nothing.
No
Just
spots, no nothing.
Like,
I think it would look like a hyena a little bit, no?
Isn't
No?
a hyena has spots?
Hyenas have spots too. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
like
Just
a
making shit
camel.
up
You
as I
mean?
go along.
It's like a camel.
A naked camel. Yeah. I don't know.
Okay,
That got
that
weird.
was an interesting like side conversation.
Sure was.
Um,
Was that it for patron? Your end? Do you have anything else?
Oh,
I'll
no,
let
I
you go
have stuff.
first.
Yeah,
Do it. I'll let you go
okay.
first. I had you last. I'm going to
So
have you go since you already
we-
started.
We had to move our happy hour because it's supposed to be today, Thursday, 8th of September. It's the second Thursday of the month, but it's Star Trek Day. So, like, we're not like Disney. We don't want to steal the spotlight of Star Trek Day.
I call bullshit. I mean, I'm drinking on Star Trek days.
We're moving the patrons happy hour to Wednesday, the 14th at 9 p.m. Giraffe will drink early.
Hey,
Hey.
happy hour. It is legitimately happy hour for you. So,
Yes.
Yes.
And I'm still, we're going to do a table read in September. I'm still waiting for my dear co-host to tell me which day works for them.
I don't know what we're doing
But
yet.
it should be at the end of September, and we have some very cool ideas from our patrons. I will post on Patreon's a poll so you can choose which one you prefer.
I think I might have to, if it does end up being a lower decks, I'm going to have to like talk to Paramount and possibly message Mike McMahon to be like, hey, any chance you could send us a script? Because I don't think there's any transcripts yet. So if not, one of us is, we're just going to have to transcribe it on our own. That could be fun. We'll figure it out.
Sure.
We'll make it work. We'll make it work.
Yes.
Any other patron news on your end?
No.
No.
I love you. I hope your answer enjoy Star Trek Day.
Happy Star Trek
I have
Day.
a site with all the transcripts for Lower Decks.
This man. Bravo.
See?
There it is.
Internet delivered.
It's true.
There's everything on the internet. A couple of more points for Patreon for me. Guys, if you plan on coming a week from Sunday to our first ever Philly Patreon Collective meetup, make sure you RSVP on the Patreon page right now. Not right now. You can wait like a day or two more. But the deadline is Sunday, so I can make a reservation. It's going to be a lot of fun. I already have a bunch of people coming. Also, the quarterly sticker. And I think we're going to do a magnet again this time because people really liked when we did the magnets of the Pride cadet logo that Eric did. So I think we're going to do magnets. We have the design. I just had a bit of a delay ordering those. They will be ordered shortly. The design is fucking awesome. It is well worth the wait. Once again, Eric killed it. And then finally, if you're listening to this right after watching Lower Decks on Thursday, which would be today, make sure that you join us live tonight for our wrap up and reactions to Star Trek Day. Same bat place, same bat time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern on Twitch.
When is this episode going to go live?
Noon. So
Oh, okay.
they'll
So go
yeah.
watch Star Trek Day.
Yeah, go watch Star Trek Day in like 3 hours. Yeah. Anything else? Good. Let's get into the strange new loop. I feel like this is an easy one this week. At least I think it's easy. Maybe I think it's easy. I don't know. Your deepest, darkest, wildest Trek fantasy. And this is also the mailbag question.
Well,
tonight.
obviously it would be me being seduced by a ghost of some sort in an old
In
cabin.
a candle?
Yeah.
In a candle?
I
A ghost
know.
in a candle?
Something like that.
Oh my god. Is it green?
It obviously.
Does it look like Yaphet?
A little bit, but I'm gonna mix a little bit of Borg if it goes into the nightmare realm.
Yeah. No.
It happened in the episode, damn it. The lower decks one.
No, I know. Yeah.
No, I was
the
looking
Borg-
at Giraffe.
No, I'm just
Oh.
like very confused that it's your deep dark secrets.
Why not?
I mean, no, why not?
Yeah, the Borg Queen was
I-
sexy, and just adding that to
I don't know
ghost
if you're
form.
being serious right now.
No one knows. No one knows.
No one knows.
I'm like so confused. I'm like, is he serious? Is he like,
That's a weird
is he
rant.
really into this?
Mm. No one
He's
knows.
never going to tell us.
I will never
He's
tell.
never going to tell us.
I just stopped everyone else from sex.
I
I'm
don't
like,
know where
so-
to go with that.
First of all, I thought it was like, first of all, I was like, okay, if it's my like fantasy, I'm in Star Trek and I have like one of the fantasy orb and like I can see what it's like. You don't want to go there. Like we don't have like the ratings like for like these kind of like conversation. You're gonna have to bleep me like to
NC-17.
oblivion.
I mean,
so...
there's the explicit. We get that explicit button, but I mean, save it for AO3,
Oh,
I
that's
guess.
true.
I
It's
don't know.
like, we have, like...
You could say it.
But then I was like, what do I like my like deepest like darkest fantasy of what I want like Star Trek to do?
It's just multiple Spocks.
Just
I
like
already
the
have
reiteration.
multiple Spock, like literally, like there's like 4 of them, 5 of them. I don't remember how many there are now right now.
I'm in
Like,
a
if you
live
count all
one.
the one. Yeah, but they're like all the Spock in like Search of Spock. They're like 15 of them.
Hmm.
They're all out there. We don't know what they're doing. Giant Spock, mini Spock, baby Spock.
Did you already say Giant Spock?
I said this was the first
Sorry,
one I
Giant
The
Spock. My
first
bad.
thing she said.
said. Yeah.
My bad.
Hawk, go. I don't know. I'm thinking. What's the question? What's the question? It's like
deepest-
what I
Deepest,
want.
darkest, wildest Trek
No, man,
fantasy.
I know, but like what I want to see in Star Trek, or like what's my fantasy if I was in Star Trek?
If you touch the orb,
anything.
what would happen?
Yeah, if you touch the orb, what would happen?
Oh, okay. Okay. Hawk, go.
Mine obviously involves Picard. Not necessarily.
Ooh,
sexual.
sexy.
Sexy.
Oh.
It's him in that
Sexy
low cut
time.
shirt. Yeah, and the
Yeah.
flute. Just
Wait, it's the low cut shirt, and it's like the open cigar jacket he wears in season
Like his
4 and
little,
5.
he's
his
doing those little
swimsuit.
dances and playing flute.
Like those
Yeah,
little pajamas
ooh.
he wore during the
Salsa.
the Four
Oh,
Lights
God.
interrogation.
Mm.
No.
That's
Prob-
getting into some dark shit, though.
Let's go to Risa, man.
Probably it would have to be me on the team that's rescuing him from the Borg and that. Yeah,
I like it. I
would
like
love-
it.
You know, that if Wildest Trek fantasy, I'd be on that team and that.
So you're Boimler, like you're like gonna go like something. like,
Oh, he's totally Boimler.
Eric and myself, like we're like Rutherford and Mariner, right? It's gonna be sexy time. Like I touch an arm, like, dude, you don't want to see like what's coming.
Oh, I
out
feel
of
like I
this,
am
like-
totally going to be the Tendy in this situation. Jesus Christ.
I hope my brain
Thinking of ways to
explodes.
get to a command position
Science.
in my wildest fantasy.
Oh, man, that's the way I want to go.
Yeah.
I love that
Doing that
line.
rule.
Are you still thinking, Giraffe?
I feel like I kind of like answered. Like, you want details?
We
It's gonna
want a
be in my
fanfic right
biography,
now.
guys. Yeah, like let's go on AO3.
Save it for
My
AO3.
biography is gonna be on AO3. You know how it goes.
For me, I talked about this when we did the DS9 documentary episode of What We Left Behind, and if I touched that orb, I would be in that writer's room for season 8. But instead of season 8 of DS9 not getting made and them just bullshitting, breaking all our hearts, fantasizing about it, I'd fucking make it happen. I would make season 8 of DS9 happen. That's
So
my...
it is something like what we want to see in Star. I'm so confused.
No, it is, but that's like I would be transported. I would see the
Then-
writer's room and I'd be in it. And
Give me like season like give me one episode of Voyager when they're back. God damn it.
oh, for
Season-
real.
Season 5 of Enterprise where they fix everything.
Yes. Yes.
There's no fixing that finale.
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
oh.
Oh boy.
Give me the season where Michael is alone in the future.
Mm.
See? I
You
have
you
a lot of
want
ideas.
you want deep dark sci-fi. Speaking of, you and I need to get back to watching The Expanse.
Hey, it's not you and I. You need to go back to watching the
I knew that was
Expanse,
coming.
and I will
I just
be
got
here.
called the fuck out.
I
Yeah.
will
Where
be
did-
here. You
where'd you
stopped
stop?
watching. It's on my
Yeah,
fault.
where'd you leave off?
End of season 1. Finish season
Literally, like before, like the
bef-
premiere of season 2, like
Before
you
Bobby?
know,
Ah!
before Bobby.
Oh, he
like,
hasn't
and
even
like,
met
when are
Bobby
we
yet.
watching
Oh
the
my
next
God.
episode? When are we watching the because
This
my
weekend.
space wife is in it. My
this weekend we'll start Expanse season 2. Done.
I'll be dead this weekend, so perfect.
There you go.
Absolutely what
And
I'm
soon
gonna
you
want
get to see
Very much
Simu.
Send me
Simu.
a message. I will definitely
yeah,
rewatch
Simu.
the Expanse with you.
Oh,
Let's go.
poor
Let's
Watch
go.
Simu.
party. S&P expense watch party.
Always there
I will
for it.
always watch The Expanse.
I'll
Fuck,
also
that
be
show's
getting
so
my
good.
copy of The Undiscovered Country 4K remastered this weekend.
Oh, I have a CD for you because
which
I
is
don't know what to do
also
with a CD.
yeah, that's right, the motion picture. It comes with the director's cut, which they also remastered, which fuck yes. I'm gonna stop getting excited and sidetracked.
Nice.
Let's get into this episode 303 of Lower Decks, Mining the Mines. It is our review, our round table order. Tonight will be Hawk, Eric, Giraffe, and myself. Talk about Boimler, Mariner, and Rutherford. They're on this planet called Genghis 4, which is home. I'm never going to not laugh at their name, to the Scrubble.
What does that mean? What's a Scrubble?
They're the
It's like
rock
rubble.
people.
It's rubble, like rocks. Should add an
Scrubble.
S. Scrubble.
Yeah.
So it's rubble with an S. It's not a real.
And a
it's
C.
not a real world. It's
No,
not a real word.
that's what they named the aliens. It's Scrubble. They're the
Okay,
Scrubble.
It's like crunch. Okay.
It's like ranch,
Fuck.
ketchup and ranch. Exactly. Yep.
Thank you. Sorry.
I feel like there's not even trying anymore.
I want to know what the hell is going on.
Oh man. So home to the Scrubble is Genghis 4, and Federation scientists begin getting turned into stone after seeing their deepest fantasies, including writing fucking novels about race cars. Boimler, Mariner, Rutherford, and Ransom's bestie and soulmate, Stevens, are joined by lower deckers from the Carlsbad, which is their sister Cali class ship, for that cleanup duty. The lower deckers from the Carlsbad include Cairns and Cordy, which immediately made me think of Buffy. And they act a bit like uptight, right? And diss the Cerritos crew. And it seems like they become a bit infamous among the fleet. How do we feel about like our lower deckers, right? Like Mariner, Rutherford, and Boimler, their reactions to thinking that they might have this bad reputation in Starfleet, Hawk?
It was funny in that it's you kind of expected like Boimler and Rutherford and that to like react like the way they did, and that what, we have a bad reputation, even though I mean like all the things that they've gotten into, and that like 2 episodes ago,
A
they're
goal.
involved-
It
a
is the goal.
the goal. 2 episodes ago, they were involved in stealing the Cerritos from Space Dock, and how could they not think that they have a little bit of a reputation going in that? It's Mariner's reaction though. It's like just like that contrarian thing. It's like, oh, we have a bad reputation. Okay, we'll do a better job than you guys.
And that never goes well for them, right? Like ever.
It was going pretty well.
It was this time, and then fucking Stevens. Ugh.
And
Oh,
then,
man.
but Mariner was a little bit involved in that too.
No, that's true. That's
And
true.
Insulting Ransom's body.
His
Don't-
score is not weak.
Oh, Stevens. Eric, what about you?
I love that they have so much pride in their ship. Like you wouldn't have
Yeah.
seen that, like at least in the first season from Mariner. Like
Yeah.
it really felt like it came from a place where like, fuck you, this ship is awesome. This is our family. Like they actually feel like a family, and I like that they sort of pulled up their socks and were like, we're gonna actually do our jobs today. It was adorable. Like I loved that. It was I love seeing their competition about being a better ship,
Yeah.
a worse better ship.
Well, the thing is, like, they feel bad about it because, like, most of the bad reputation is their fault.
From what we know.
Is it? I don't know, man. I
They
feel like the
all
bridge
seem
crew
to.
fucks up a lot more than the lower deckers, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, like, there's a lot of things.
I feel like okay, if not, it's like 50-50.
They became chess pieces at one point. I mean,
Yeah, Q did some
Yeah,
bad
sure.
shit.
Yeah. I don't know. They are the one who stole the Cerritos, so most probably they are the ones that are known to be like.
Is that technically on record? Because they technically got the authorization from Carol. So
Yeah,
no
but
one
you know how it
actually
goes.
stole
You know how
the
it
Cerritos.
goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like people talk,
No, of course.
and then they're like, I heard that.
Dude, I don't know. I think they sent those 2 dudes who were on space dock duty to Roar Pente after that. The dude who has the red alert button. Oh my god, who knows? Giraffe, how about you? What'd you think about this?
Yeah, it's fun, and it's always like this, like people were like being like the troublemakers, kind of like when they're
Yeah.
put like in front of like another team, we're like, oh, you're the troublemakers. No, I'm not the troublemaker.
Yeah.
I'm gonna clean up. I have to say that I was super excited by the cold open because I think there were like 15 different like TOS references mashed into each other into
So
like
sure it was going to be a soul
w-
monster.
one scene. I was like, that's like for like from 5 different TOS episodes like all together. Imagine like one thing. But again, like it's funny how it's a very classic Star Trek thing, and at the same time it's a totally different episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope.
And I knew that this rivalry was going to make them fuck it up, basically. So,
Yeah.
Oh,
as you do, as you do. I also like that that the competition was also aboard the Cerritos with their captain, who was like a young gun, right? And Carol was not impressed. I dug that it was happening on both the ship and on the surface.
Was it a competition?
And that captain was hot.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, but like, I'm just gonna, Mike, good job.
Ah,
that captain was hot. He's like
he's a
okay,
hunk.
okay.
Yeah, he's
Now we
he's a
know
hunky
what's
dude.
gonna happen when Giraffe presses that ball, touches that ball. Who's gonna show up?
Oh, I have things like up the list before that captain. Like he's like number like.
I think
257.
what you're trying to say is that when we see Giraffe in her lower decks uniform, she's serving on the Carlsbad. Is what she's trying to say.
I'm the captain, man. You know that.
Have there
But
been
anyway, I was like, it's animation, and I was like, that is hot. Good job.
have there been
know,
other
sorry.
California class ships? I had to look up what Carlsbad was.
Yeah, in
I know, because all I kept thinking was Carlsbad Cavern.
I was thinking
no,
beer.
Carlsbad's in Cali.
Yeah, Carlsbad is like
Yep.
near
San
here.
Diego.
It's near
Yeah,
San Diego.
my great
Yeah.
grandmother lives in my grandmother-in-law, not my great grandmother. My grandmother-in-law lives in Carlsbad.
Are they
And
all
Cerritos
California?
is a place too.
Yeah, I knew that one.
So in California, so
Cerritos,
maybe they just
California.
have like different like name from different cities.
And the
California?
ship that got destroyed by the
Oh,
Packlets was
Vancouver,
a
no.
Cali class ship
Was
as
it
well. Yeah, the one what's her
the
face?
Solvang?
The Solvang. Yeah, that was a Cali class ship.
And then there's the Yosemite.
And the Vancouver. Are they all just west
West
side?
Coast, yeah, West, yeah. I
West
love the
side.
Vancouver. I'm so sad that Eagle Moss went out of business before the Vancouver.
We're not
was
doing
released.
this episode, huh? We're just like going like sidetrack after sidetrack after sidetrack after I mean, like
It makes
cool.
sense.
Wait, isn't this strange new pod?
It's not like I don't have to drive to Los Angeles, guys.
Hey, that's true. So getting annoyed, right, at how uptight they are. The competition heats up and fantasies start getting a little bit more intense. What did we think about Mariner fantasizing about Jennifer Rutherford with fucking Leia Brahms? Oh my god.
Ice
Oh
cream.
my god. Yeah, me too. And Boimler getting sidecarred with an Admiral Hawk.
Okay, like I mean, Rutherford, that one made total sense, and that engineered the Geordie reference and everything like that. I couldn't believe they got her back to do the voice of Leia Brahms.
Oh, it's amazing.
Rutherford sidecar Admiral offering him promotion with like some sort of weird mission. Yes, and that the Jennifer thing, like everybody was talking about it. We all kind of knew it was coming at that. I guess it's a real thing now and that. She said like they
It is. It's yeah.
yeah.
It's
She
legit.
said they were
Yeah.
kind of like hanging out on the down low or whatever, and that. So
The best part was that she wanted it felt like a actual relationship, like a long term one. And I was like, that is not something you expect from Mariner.
Nope.
oh, I know. And then like later on the nightmare, and that kind of confirms that she's got a bit of a fear about that. So,
Turns into a giant wolf. Oh my god.
but they were all kind of perfectly summed up in their little fantasy, their fantasies. That I know Boimler's exactly like me in that. It's all his fantasies revolve around duty.
Yeah. Eric.
I mean, who wouldn't want a sexy Andorian showing up as a fantasy, right? I mean, it makes sense. Andorian. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It's like all of them were perfect. And Leah Brahms showing up was amazing because I just got her in Star Trek Timelines and she showed up in this episode. And I was like, holy shit, hilarious. Yeah, I can't even add anything more to what Hawk said. It's like, yeah, it's exactly what you would picture for these people.
Yeah.
I think it was like super fun because when they start seeing the vision, my first reaction was like, holy shit, what is going to be Mariners? Because like the roll for initiative, right? It can be absolutely anything.
Yeah.
You have no clue what's going
Yeah.
to come out of Mariner. So I was on one hand a little bit disappointed because it's something we already know that they're together, like even if they don't really talk about it, like, you know.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, it's like not no new information, no like, you know, crazy stuff. It's kind of cute. And I like the fact that she's like blushing and being like, shut up.
Yeah. Well, that shows it really means something to her, right? Like, it's not just,
Yes.
yeah.
But again, like she grew up in an environment that doesn't let her, I don't know how to explain that, but that made her have this image that she should not care,
Yeah.
and she doesn't want it to be seen by her best friends, which is kind of messed up if you think about it. Like, you'd suppose that, you know, they're like her closest friend should be like a little bit more open, and that's been all our arc, you know, being more sincere, more open, more approachable by her friend. And you see that on something that means something to her, they don't know, and she's ashamed of it and she wants to hide it, and she's terrified of it at the same time, which
I think
again
But
Yeah.
that's Mariner's character. And I remember when she was going through the list in that of her turn-ons and that bad boys, bad girls, bad. I can't remember what else.
Bad non-binary and
non-binaries.
yeah.
non-binary babes. Yeah, but she grew, and you think like they saw her cry about her mother.
That was only
And
2
right
episodes
now-
ago. She's still, you know.
She's still growing.
I mean,
yeah.
I say it's easier to say that you're dating somebody to your friends than crying about your mom in front of your friends.
I think she seems like such a solo person that she's like, I don't want to look like I really want to be with someone. I'm off for adventures more than I want to be a homebody.
I think for her, right now for her, it's more something that she really just wants to have to herself. I don't think it's like an intentional. I think she's being defensive there because she's embarrassed, right? Like her girlfriend's like showing up in her underwear.
But it's her fantasy too, that she's
Yeah.
supportive of her, which is
Yeah.
kind of again messed up. Think about it.
Yeah.
Like, how is your fantasy that your actual girlfriend be like, yay, good job, I'm here for you? It's like, why is this a fantasy? Because like when you see the others' fantasy, it's like crazy shit. Like they're like, they know they won't ever have, you know, like
Right.
the captain on the sidecar, let's go fight the Borg. Like the
Rutherford
equivalent
could
for
get
Rutherford would
Mariners.
probably be Leia Brahms, right?
Yeah, damn straight.
Yeah, because all they do was talk about engineering and building ships.
True. But for her, that's that level of, you know, fantasy, which she's kind of sad again if you think about it.
Yeah.
No? And I think the
it-
good
the-
thing is that like we didn't have Tandy, and it leaves like a little bit of
Mystery.
mystery
Yeah,
because we know
yeah.
nothing about Tandy.
Yeah.
We know nothing except like she likes science and like she's friend with Rutherford and
And
there's, like,
fiercely loyal and a little bit obsessive.
And what was her title in the Orion
Mother of the
formula?
Winter, Mistress of the Winter.
Winter Constellation.
Constellations. Yep.
She
there it
would
Yeah.
be the first Orion captain, and all her friends would be the crewmates. I could totally see her just being
is.
like
Yeah.
that cheesy.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like this relationship obviously means something to Mariner, and that her fantasy is to have, like, you know, not just a sexy girlfriend, but one who's very supportive and that.
Yeah, but that means she doesn't have that.
I mean, she's never had it before, and this is the first time. That would be sad.
It's also
but-
early days. I would also say it's early days in the relationship still because they got put back on Earth after the Cerritos got
dry docked.
dry docked. Yes, thank you. Sidelined. So we'll see. We'll see if it comes up more this season. Draft brings up good points. Stevens. Oh, Stevens. Stevens messes everything up. And the fantasies get out of control because he drops the fucking mines and breaks them into little bitty pieces. They get out of control. They turn into nightmares, forcing everyone to fight them. Then they're forced to hide. Stevens is turned to stone fighting the from the animated series.
I don't remember.
The big giant
Kookaroo?
bird from the animated series. It's in the notes.
Kukulkan.
Kukulkan. We'll call it Kukulkan. Yeah, so and in this cave, right, when they're all hiding from all the crazy nightmares like Batleth, Klingon clowns, and a Borg snake, and Jennifer turned into a giant Andorian wolf. We learned that the Carlsbad crew actually think the Cerritos crew is really cool, and it's not a bad reputation they have. They are like famous among the support ships, calling the Cerritos the Enterprise of the support vessels. Pretty high praise from another Cali class ship. Is it deserved? Because we were also just talking about how they do mess a lot of shit up. Yeah,
Sure. You know, it's like, yes, they get into a lot of shenanigans, a lot of hijinks, a lot of neat stuff has happened in that. Like, you know, first episode out, their whole ship was like terraformed by like the creature in that. But usually they're like either on the end that caused the disaster, or you know, somebody has to come in and help them clean it up at the end and that. So it's nice that they got the praise in that, but I don't know if it's really well deserved.
But I wonder how much of these stories people are like hearing that they're the one that caused it. Or it's just them on their adventures and then them solving it. Like, that's what I think. I feel like it's because it's word of mouth. No one knows the full story, and they're just like, oh yeah, those people are cool. They got turned into whatever monsters this week, and they fought a giant ransom another week. And yeah, like if you heard those like from like some random person, you'd be like, yeah, fuck, they're cool.
And probably all other lower deckers like drinking at a bar or like at the lower decks poker game, right? Like, and then it all travels that way
for sure.
Well, they're cool because they fuck up and then they get an adventure to fix it up, you know?
Yeah.
So I suppose the other Cali classes, because I'm gonna throw a little bit Captain Freeman under the bus because she has ambitions, right? And because she has ambitions, she put her ship into some adventures, and because she has a bunch of dumbasses under her in her crew too. Like, if you think the giant ransom, what happened? She gave her daughter like like to be able to do anything, right?
Yeah.
She started like cleaning stuff. It like created strange energies. Her exo became a god and tried to like capture the ship while her daughter was kicking him in the nuts. Like, think about it.
Yeah.
So sure, they win like the Pac-led battle or whatever with help of the Vulcans, because without the Vulcans they'd be fucking screwed. Let's be honest. So it's kind of like a Slumdog Millionaire kind of events where like we're like kind of cool, but it's like stuff that happened because it's their fault, and there's like kind of a weird command on that ship because they're a support ship. They should not be doing this stuff. Right. Imagine you have like a ship for support, and like basically they're doing that kind of thing. Like, you're waiting for a ship to bring you gas, and while like they're like hunting whales. Like, what are you doing?
But it's funny that you said that, right? Because these are the ships that like TNG and TOS episodes are based off of, right? Like, random ship number 3 gets destroyed and the Enterprise is sent to investigate because the support class fucked something up. Like, that's the Naked Now, right? The orbs class vessel are like, they all started fucking ejecting each other out of airlocks because they were all banging and drinking and with the naked virus. So
it's a station.
No, naked Now, not Naked Time.
Oh, Naked Now. Okay, sorry.
Yep.
Yeah.
No.
Not that naked episode, the other naked.
The other one.
Naked episode, yeah. But I do think that it's praise because they're still alive and the Enterprise didn't come to investigate their disappearance. So win.
Yeah. And I do think it comes down to like the people that are specifically, like I was saying, talking about and sharing these stories. I'm sure a lot of these lower deckers all came up in class together at Starfleet Academy. They keep in contact. They share stories. Whenever they're at a starbase together, they share drinks. Word of mouth. Things get, exaggerated. So,
yo, dude, last week I almost died. The ship got terraformed.
Yo, dude, there were zombies on my ship. This dude got like purple juice on him and saved the day. Spider juice. Oh my god. Spider milk. It was purple spider milk is what it was. From Second Contact.
Spider cows.
Spider cows. Spider cow. Spider cow. Let's move on to Tendi. She begins her senior science officer training in this episode. She's stoked to do it right, and she's more stoked to find out who her mentor is, but that kind of quickly goes away when she finds out it's Dr. Miglamo, the bird psychiatrist who likes to make euphemisms with food. She kind of doesn't believe that he's qualified to be her mentor after being assigned to assist Captain Freeman. That's like the assignment that he gives her. And then Tendi begins to like panic about it because one, she doesn't think it's right. She's super confused. Seeks out Dr. T, right, for some advice. Was Tendi, do you guys think, like overreacting a bit here, or were her concerns about Miglamo a bit justified?
Not overreacting in that, considering the fact that he even admits that like I've never done this before, and that I just got the manual for it. We're gonna go on an adventure together, figuring this stuff out. Yeah, she basically got a mentor that doesn't know how to be a mentor. But we kind of realize at the end that she had a mentor all along. With Tavana.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't blame her for overreacting at all in that, considering like her ambitions and that to become like, bridge
Chief science officer too, like one day, right? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And that's like, she gets a laid back mentor. Who's like, let's go on this journey together. It's like, no.
Yeah. Eric?
Not overreacting. Miglio's like a goofball. Like I love him to death. He's so like spacey, and Guelph, where I live, is a very hippie city, so it's like watching people walking downtown. It's like, yeah, man, it's great. Everything's so awesome. Fucking people. But I like that she gained a little bit of insight from both of them. Like, Miglio thought that she could, deal with the duties that dealing with the captain, and Dr. T just sort of gave her support and was like, you know what? Of course you can. I that's why I recommended you. Like that's
don't be an idiot. Of course you're qualified.
Yeah, they're both there. I think Dr. T or Dr. Ta'ana definitely is more of the support there and more of the better mentor. But I think Miglimo is he's there for certain things. I hope he grows in this season. Like if this relationship continues, I would love to see him become better, not just goofy.
Sorry, I'm just remembering that Tavana gave her all that great advice while preparing to cut a man's foot off.
Yeah, also good advice, right?
You're gonna see this cosplay with the goggles and the chainsaw people. I'm sure people are gonna.
I hope so.
Yeah,
I'll put a giant piranha on my foot. Yeah, go ahead.
Absolutely overreacting because she's preparing to be a chief medical officer, right? Chief science officer, which means she's going to work on the bridge. She's going to work with different species on the bridge. She's going to work with a lot of different people on their very stressful situations. And Tendi is the poster child for the A+ student.
Yep.
She knows how to study. She knows how to know. She knows how to take tests. This is not what you need to be a chief medical science officer. You need to be able to deal with people. You need to be able to understand a situation. You need to be able to, assert yourself. You need to be able to work with a guy that is a scientist, not in your lane of science, which is Miglimo.
Yep.
He is a scientist. He is a doctor. He is a psychiatrist. And he has another understanding of science that she does not have. And that's what a mentor is supposed to be. And I think we have these odd pairings in this season with Mariner and Ransom, and now Tendi and Miglimo. And it's the thing that, okay, this guy may be a dumbass, maybe, but they're still professional. One is an EXO, most probably for a reason. The other one is the ship counselor, most probably for a reason.
And a bridge officer.
We suppose he's a bridge officer. Suppose Starfleet knows what they're doing.
Sure.
So, Tendi has to learn from him. And Tiana, learning from Tiana is too easy. She knows her, and they're the kind of same like super sciencey oriented people, right? And I think this season is all about learning from people that you think are dumb basses, but are actually here to teach you something. Like Mariner doesn't understand that Starfleet is gonna go through the process, and she was wrong. She thinks Ransom is useless. I mean, he's kind of is, but he actually saves the day. And I think Tandy needs to learn that Miglimo is a bridge officer, and she can learn stuff from him if she stops judging him from, her past experiences.
Yep.
So no, she's totally overreacting. When a mentor is assigned to you, you go with it.
Yep.
That's how it goes.
Yep. Yeah, I'm with you on this one. I think that Tendi actually did overreact a bit. And I'm going to take it a step further. I don't think that this was by any means Miglimo's first time being a mentor. I think as a psychiatrist, he did exactly what he's trained to do.
Freaking her out.
And a trainer made her feel a little bit uncomfortable, which you need to do to gauge whether they're cut out for this kind of thing. I think it was absolutely a play on his part, because Tendi does end up help save the day in a very big way and stands up to Carol.
And we know she has a problem of like standing up for herself, being vocal when she knows things and asserting her ideas. That's been a problem for Tendi like from the beginning. So his first assignment is spot on what she has to do. Make your voice be heard. And that's what she learns from Miglimo in this episode. So no, I think it's a great fit.
Yep. Yeah, go ahead, Hawk.
No.
Hawk's just like, no, you guys are silly.
No, that actually might have changed my opinion on that.
Oh,
well done.
Not me.
Thanks.
Damn wolf people.
Everything comes together, right, in this episode. After Tendi scans the gift rock that Freeman and Captain Meyer, or I think it's Captain Mayer, are fighting over because neither one of them wants to fucking take it as a trinket. It's like the most unprofessional scene of Lower Decks ever. These two captains fighting in front of dignitaries. Like, come on, guys. The Lower Deckers discover that the Scrubble and scientists, the Lower Deckers on the planet, Mariner and the Carlsbad crew, that the scientists and the Scrubble are working together. And then Tendi, this is what she was assigned to do and got, the courage to do. She stands up to Carol by breaking the rock, right? And finding this Federation spy device inside. We tend to talk about...
You put it in capital just so we can laugh to the joke. Tandy, no.
Fuck you guys. Talk about all our Lower Deckers baggage, but here they are again, saving the day before the senior staff do. Hawk, thoughts?
Yeah, I guess there's a lot to unpack in that. I don't think we've even gotten to the night. It really explored all the nightmare parts in that, that they were fighting off. Mariner's her fantasy about Janitor versus her fears about what that relationship could become, just overbearing and just devouring her. And the fact that they found out that all those random thoughts that got thrown in on top of it, and that they were talking about hats came into it with Wolf.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I've only watched it the once, and I just feel so I'll have to go back and re-examine that again.
But it's all spyware. It's all because of spyware.
It was all spyware, just pulling out random
the weird
everything.
The weird ads you get on the internet. You're like, why am I seeing this?
Why am I getting this lemon juicer that looks like an anal probe?
It's like, oh wait, didn't I Google something about that the other day?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I love the final bit with Tendi breaking the rock and that at the end, because it's just it's that thing where there's some sort of diplomatic thing going on. Carol and the other captain are making asses of themselves, fighting over who's going to take the stupid rock and that.
But Giraffe liked that ass.
Yeah.
The younger captain.
The younger captain.
I said he looked hot. That's all. True. It's hard to make a cartoon.
The ass is part of it.
Yeah.
It's hard to make a sexy cartoon, but
it's true. Yeah. No, it's not hard to do a sexy cartoon. Okay, no, back up. It's not hard to make a sexy cartoon. It's not hard. but it's hard like to have like a character in like the style of Lordek that looks hot like by itself like this, not doing anything sexy.
You're creating a whole new like sexy online cartoon thing right now. It's gonna be all over the place. You know it. Draft
Rule
said it can't
47.
happen.
No!
It's gonna happen now.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mike.
But yeah, like my heart kind of like was in my, went into my, just like went into my throat when she broke the rock and that, and then there you go, you see that little device in there. The whole thing was a ploy just to put it in at least one of the captains' ready rooms, and that to keep monitoring their thoughts. Yeah. Kendi ends up, Kendi and the lower deckers end up saving the day despite everything, despite all the fuck ups. And that's, that's par for this crew, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Totally.
But I wonder if it is just because it is lower decks, we see their exploits. But, ever so often we hear about the main bridge crew saving the day. So I wonder if just because we are watching lower decks, we're only seeing their adventures.
Right.
But there's a lot. Because, even in TNG, we got that one episode with the lower decks and they ended up saving the day-ish. Yeah, so that...
Yeah, I mean, like,
Bajoran sacrificing
yeah,
herself.
one of them got murdered.
Yeah, that's why I said ish. I felt bad
Holy
about
crap.
saying that.
Wait, we're talking about the same episode, like
Yeah.
the one with like the twin brother who's not the twin brother.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
I wonder. Like, it makes me think about TNG and all the times the lower decks may have saved the day, and we only got to see the main bridge crew the whole time.
True.
That being said, when the two captains fighting in front of the delegates in front of them, I was like, oh, this seems really off. I could not imagine that happening in Star Trek. But, it made for good humor.
Yeah, and I think like their fight, like I was on the fact that there was something off because the dignitary didn't react. Like imagine the same scene in like any Star Trek. Like they like touch the stone, like usually the dignitary is gonna be like, wow, hey, we're giving you a and freak out. And they don't say anything and they look at each other like awkwardly, and I was like, what's up? That's weird.
It's like Jellicoe like bitching out the Cardassians when they come on board, and they're like, this is abhorrent, like this is horrible, like how dare you? Yeah, but they didn't react at all.
So and the other thing that like that scene like kind of like triggered in me is that I think this whole season is about them finding mentors and new ways to do their job. Boimler becomes a yes man, a bold Boimler. Mariner learns to be more, accepting of other and understanding and kinder to other attendees.
Following the chain of command.
Yeah. But there's one person on that crew that needs really like to learn how to let go of stuff. It's Carol Freeman.
Dude.
And
Yep.
That'd be awesome to
she's
see.
a Cali class. She's a Cali class captain, right? And we know she aspires to more. And then I will never forgive Lower Deck for making her like go back to the Cali class. By the way, after her promotion, never.
Didn't she choose it to go back?
Yeah.
Yeah. I could.
I
see
don't
her
like that
wanting.
writing at all. Like for me, it's not cool. Like
That's fair.
you work hard. She's ambitious, and then she let go of a promotion that everybody. Her husband is an admiral. She must know that she cannot take her crew with her. Like why is she surprised about it? That's like, for me, the writing is off on this. But anyway, so I think she needs a mentor. She needs like something to aspire to, and like the Cali class is too small for her. But she needs to become a better captain. And this moment with the rock shows that she wants to be the mentor to somebody. And for me, that's always a sign when somebody's like, oh, I'm going to be a mentor. It's like, no, that means you need somebody to like inspire you and drive you because you think you're like, you came to the end of the line. So yeah, I'd like to see Carol grow.
Yeah.
Who would be her mentor?
Well, maybe it's kind of like Boimler, it's going to be like a situation that makes her like, oh, I actually need a bigger ship than a Cali class.
That'd be cool.
It would actually be really interesting to see her revisit Riker, who was kind of a mentor figure to her. Like they came up together and they could bounce things off of each other. Like, you know, they were kind of like the boiler mariner. Like, you know, that could be the like, you know, don't make the same mistake I made. You know, how many times did Riker pass up command? You know, like.
Well, she has a command.
Well, no, I know, but like a better command, right? Like he could have had any command, and he waited and waited for something that he never got, right? Like, don't do that. Don't keep waiting. Like, if you get something, just take it. And I think that is something that he would say to her.
I absolutely hope it's gonna come up that somebody's gonna be, why did you pass up the promotion? You know, like, and now with all the wolfing with the backlit, will she have another opportunity?
Could you imagine if it was because Riker's such good friends with her? He's like, you know what? There's a captain I served under for such a long time. And then he brings in Picard, and you'll be like, fuck, they did it. They brought Patrick Stewart into a better medium.
Possibly Janeway.
Janeway would be awesome.
My loins.
Why do you say thing like this? We all like grunted at the same time, like we're like, yes.
Love Janeway.
Like when people are like, oh, why don't we have a Star Trek Janeway? It's like, yeah, it's called Prodigy. Go watch it.
Seriously. For real.
There was also that announcement at Dragon Con that she did, right?
What did she announce?
Oh, she said that they've been talking about doing.
Yeah.
She's been talks.
Yep.
In
There's
talks.
talks about her doing a live action.
Yeah.
Yep. Something.
I
So.
mean, I'm not gonna say that in a mean way, but they could have done better on Picard if they fuck up anything about Janeway. People
Yeah.
are gonna burn them down.
Yeah,
They're
that's
gonna
true.
hunt
Yeah.
them with pitcher and forks and hunt them down.
It's true. It's true.
Like, I'm just saying.
You're not wrong. Any other final thoughts on this one before we go to the Easter egg hunt?
I love that Steven saw the koala. That made me happy right at the end. I was like, if I was
right.
dead, why did I see a koala? 10 minutes or something? I don't remember what it was.
Oh, yep.
I don't understand how they revive him and stuff. I love Star Trek for this. Like these people are like.
How do
turn
they
to
revive
stone.
anybody in Star Trek ever from happening?
We don't
like,
talk
the
about
other-
it. We don't talk about
The
it.
other fuckers, they like stay being stones, you know. But like Stevens, no, we're gonna fix
No,
him.
I thought they said at the end that everybody was getting turned back.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. No subtitles. I have no idea. They said it. I don't know that it
Fucking
happened.
subtitles.
You need
God
to
damn it.
show
We
it
need
to me, or
subtitles
like
and
I don't know.
screeners. Anything else? Anything else?
I love Stevens, telling that one species that Grissom and I have a connection.
Yeah.
Stop saying that to everybody.
Yeah.
Stop saying
You gotta stop. You guys. I feel it, and I know you feel it too, Jack.
They could sense it.
Yeah. Easter egg hunt. Easter egg hunt. As always, I
Yes.
have my list, but if anybody has any others before I go off this,
I saw
scream them out.
your thing. I saw your thing, but
Yeah.
Well, you
I'm
could take
gonna-
it because I know you want to talk about it.
Okay, so at the beginning, there's the man trap reference, right? Being turned into stone instead of being turned into salt, I suppose.
Getting the salt
No.
taken out of your
No.
body.
Yeah, whatever. There's shore leave, seeing your imagination come to life. So that's shore leave from Tio. Yes. I think there's a little bit of women's with for Adonais with like the toga stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
And absolutely like shore leave. Like imagine he's like teacher from like way back when, and in shore leaves like they see like their past from the academy and stuff. Like yeah. I laughed at the Vulcan stuff in like the thing that made me think of like the autobiography of Spock.
Oh yeah.
It's like Vulcan stuff. So yeah. There's a reference to the giant hands of Women's for Adonais.
The giant green hand.
The giant green hand. We spoke about the bird from TAS.
Yep. Kukulkan. Cuckoo.
And we see like the guy with like the TNG bar outfit, green bar outfit waiter. We see him pass at one moment.
Oh.
And they have Delta shaped crackers. It's not an Easter egg, but damn, like when
I totally
they do like
missed that.
they do the thing like with the envoys or whatever, like, and they have like cheese and guacamole, and the crackers are Delta shaped, and I'm like,
Maybe I'll make
I want
crackers
some
tomorrow.
now. And there are others, but you wrote them, so go ahead.
Any others?
It looked like You know when the ghost materialized in that TNG episode that I made fun of earlier?
Yeah, totally.
It was in green, and it was sort of like that when their nightmares and stuff showed up. So it's like,
I don't think that's not on. I think that's on purpose.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Yeah.
Sub Rosa. That's the name.
Sub
of the
Rosa.
episode.
Yep.
Yeah.
Any others? No.
No, once I saw Leah Brahms on there, I was just like,
I've peaked.
Yeah.
I've peaked. Dr. Leah Brahms, voiced by the actor who did play her in TNG, Susan Gibney. Obviously, that's also just a giant reference to deleting your damn holodeck history and Geordi and
For real, man.
like, come on, man.
Gross.
Give Geordi a real love life. Let's go.
The USS Hood is
Yeah.
like the ship that is everywhere in Star Trek. It is the ship that Will Riker served aboard as first officer before being transferred to the Enterprise. Geordi also served on the Hood. It was in multiple episodes of DS9 in like major battles during the Dominion War, and it was also in Battle Group Omega, which was the fleet of ships assigned to intercept the Scimitar from reaching Earth in Star Trek Nemesis. The Hood is everywhere, and I think that's also like the joke too, like the Hood is just randomly here, like at this specific planet with 2 Cali class ships, because it's the Hood, and why not? So, I think that's all of them. Yeah. All right, let's rate this one out of 10 fantasy space mines. Hawk.
I give this one a 9. It was just a very well done. Kind of get back into the groove of of things. Loved all the fantasies. Loved the little tidbits back to Leah Brahms. Come on,
Leah Brahms
in it. 9 out of 10.
I'm gonna give it an 8.5. I thought it was a fun episode, but no laugh out moments, and it was fun. It was a Star Trek episode. It was a good classic Star Trek episode for me.
Yep.
Starfleet Classic. Yeehaw!
Yeah.
Devil in the Dark too, a reference. The one with the Horta, with the mine and stuff. Yeah,
Mhm.
anyway. I forgot this one.
The smooth orbs, right? The smooth
yeah.
orbs. God.
I'd say 8.5 too. Good episode. I need to rewatch it with subtitles. I think I missed like half the stories. But it's a good solid episode. It was fun. There's like references. They all grow. We learn stuff. I'm ready for the next one. Let's go.
I was gonna say 8, but I'm gonna give the 0.5 because of what Hawk said and Leia Brahms, and also anytime I get to see an Excelsior class starship, I'm always happy. So 8.5 out of 10. Good episode. Not the best, not the worst. Just fun. Good Star Trek. It was good. It was good. Let's get into some mailbag.
Hailing frequencies are open.
And we asked our Discord collective what their deepest, darkest Trek fantasies were. It ended up being more like what they wanted to see in Star Trek, which is fine. That was kind of the question. Anyway, so
well, they didn't watch the episode, so they couldn't know.
No, they couldn't know. So, but they did good. They did good. Hawk, why don't you take it off with Excuse me, Jesus, I just choked on some air. God,
You choked on air.
I choked on air, like on air. I breathed. I took a bad
Went
breath.
down the wrong pipe.
Wrong pipe. That's the one.
Okay.
Hawk, why don't you take Haven's mailbag first,
So
please?
Haven wrote, I think since they were already preparing for Star Trek Enterprise when they killed off Jadzia at the end of Terry Farrell's contract, I actually feel like Nicole DeBoer would have been a much better character in Enterprise, since we never were introduced to the Federation meeting the Trill officially for the first time.
We're all thinking. Like,
I'm like, how does that
for the
work?
first time? Like, when is that? It's not during Enterprise.
Like,
is
is
it?
No.
The saying that at the end of Terry Farrell's contract, Nicole DeBoer would
No,
have
no,
been a much
okay,
better
no,
character
wait.
in Enterprise to introduce us to the Trill.
Yeah, but the
perhaps.
the Trill are not even introduced in TOS because
Yeah.
when Trial and Tribulation, she has to hide her dots.
Spots,
You
yep.
remember?
Yep.
Spots, dots, yeah.
Spots, whatever.
Because they don't know the Trills. So that'd be like that'd be like season 49 of Enterprise.
And just super canon breaking. Yep.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Justco wrote, I would like to see a series following the early years of Rom's reign as Negus and see how he goes from improving Ferenginar.
Ferenginar.
Ferenginar. Ideally,
Jesco is gonna kill you.
yeah. Ferenginar. Yeah. Ideally, we'll have a subplot following the women of the world exploring their newfound liberation and the galaxy at large. Maybe some funny interludes of Ishka and Zek causing chaos on Riza and Quark being stubborn yet secretly helping his brother. As for making it wild, the show's rated R, and let's just say it's due to an abundance of umox.
Uma.
Umox, Moogie. Oh my god. Go ahead, draft with MCs.
MC wrote, since the odds of it are lessening by the day, I think my deepest, wildest Trek fantasy is a fourth Kelvin movie. I don't think it's lessening now that we've seen how Chris Pine is hating his life.
What?
They're bringing him back. Oh, you didn't? Okay, let me finish the
I'll look at
mailbag.
that later. I'll look it up.
I'll like, yeah. Okay. No beeping that, Julian.
There it
And
is.
since this is my deepest wish, I'd love for Spock and Uhura to be married in it. Relationship strife is so tired. I agree. And just to be super chaotic, introducing modern Trek element like a Kelvinverse version of Discovery to show how the two timelines are different. Okay, I'd live for that.
Like a modern Discovery? Oh, that'd
Like
be neat.
if like we could see like the Kelvinverse, but like what happened in like Discovery time in the Kelvinverse. So, like,
that would be
900
neat.
years in the future with no Vulcan, like what happened to the Federation? It's one of like the biggest question I have is like what happened to the Federation without Vulcan?
Yeah.
It's like super geopolitically super interesting.
And
I
not
really
something
wanna
they're going
know.
to do in the movie, right? That's the sad thing about it.
This is too much. This is way
Yeah.
too much like to speak about in a movie, especially for people that very often are not super like into Star Trek. It's
Mhm.
complicated, but
Yeah.
I was waiting for Star Trek for Discovery 4 to have like a Kelvin verse, you remember? Because I was like, I want to know. I want to know. I want to know. Come on.
That's what you get. Wayner wrote, I would love to see a mini series set on Vulcan. We have over
Yes!
50 years of Vulcan in Star Trek, but we've only known bits and pieces of their history. I want to see the violent race they used to be and how they evolved into what they are
Yeah,
now. We know
that'd be
Romulans totally split off from Vulcan, but I've always wanted to see how that happened and seeing the ships leave Vulcan, like the Great Romulan Exodus. That would be amazing. Obviously, Ethan Peck would be starring in this, bearded, of course.
Okay, I have a suggestion for Wayner. So you have the answer to all of this question in a place called Archive of Our Own. Go there. You can like read like everything about Vulcan history, the Great Romulan split off. Like great writers went into it, and some people actually like are like insanely good at building. I know everybody's like, oh, AO3 is like all sex and stuff. Yeah, that too. But there's a very, very good writer like at world building and at going into like Vulcan society, Vulcan tradition. I read one where like they made up a whole like calendar and like history of Vulcan. It's like super interesting. Go read. There are like people writing this
I'm gonna
stuff
go
right now.
read that. Damn, that sounds amazing.
Mhm.
Hawk, take us home with Fernandez.
Fernanda, short but sweet one from her. I would very much like to know more of A, early Federation politics, B, post-Dominion Cardassia,
AKA Deep Space Nine Season 8.
Right?
Sorry.
Or Enterprise Season 5.
Yeah.
Sure.
And the role Bajor would play in it. Wink, wink, Kira. C, surprise me, a new series with no legacy character.
Yes. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Totally. Yep. Agreed. That's it. Star Trek Day, because
Yes.
there are things happening that we're alluding to that we can't talk about, but you should definitely watch it and see what those things are, because it's going to
We
be
don't
pretty
want
fucking amazing.
we don't want to take away from the surprise.
No, we do not want to take away from the surprise. So let's leave it at that.
And where
Let's
can
leave
you
it at that.
watch Star Trek Day? For those that
I
don't know.
believe on StarTrek.com/day.
Yes.
That is the whole URL. StarTrek.com/day. We'll be tweeting, Instagramming, TikToking about it all day. It's going to be a blast. We will see you tonight for that. I'll say for Hawk, for Eric, for Giraffe. Live long and prosper, Majram, and good night.
For beaming into our podcast today. If you want to keep the hailing frequencies open, you can subscribe on Apple and Google Podcasts, YouTube, and Spotify. Like what you hear? Put in a good word with Starfleet and leave us a 5-star review.